All right. Welcome, everybody, to the call. My name is Eric Johnson. I'm the creator and CEO of Teamzy. Teamzy, if you've never heard of it, is a CRM, a customer relationship management system specifically designed for your business. I'll show it to you guys. You're going to love it. But first, there's a couple things you need to know about it. First of all, it's based on relationship marketing, which is a system. It's a marketing system. I'll tell you, I'm going to teach you guys about that tonight. That is focused on building relationships first. Relationships are more important than a sale or a recruit. Okay, and I think most of you guys will probably think, wow, that's what I needed. I needed to hear that from somebody, because usually we're told kind of just blast everybody and you feel awkward with it, right? So I'll show you the way to do it with relationship marketing. So it's based on that principle. And there's not another system out there based on this system. Okay. The second thing I want you to know is it's designed around the idea of a power hour, so you can get all your income producing activities done in less than an hour every day. Okay. And that includes when you scale up and have a huge team, you're still less than an hour a day doing your income producing activities. It makes you efficient with your time. Does that make sense? And the last bit on it is it's super easy. And because it's a system that you follow, you know what to do every day. You actually know what to do in your business every day. Okay. So let me go ahead and jump in. I'm going to take you through a little bit of training on relationship marketing. Just so you guys know, we are brand new to your network. With Renee's help, we've created a custom version for you guys that's customized for your network. We've been around for 3 years now. We've had 60,000 network marketers from 50 different networks use Teamzy. We're kind of taking off. So we're very excited to be working with you guys. Okay, so you guys see my presentation now? How to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. How many of you guys would love to be able to do this business ongoing, sustainable for less than an hour a day? Okay, good. You're going to like this. But first, let me talk to you a little bit. Let me give you a little of my backstory, since you have no clue who I am. So my background is in coaching and consulting. That's my background. I've been helping people build their business for the past almost 16 years now by relationship. I wasn't in network marketing. I primarily worked with real estate and mortgage people. But I stumbled into network marketing by accident. How many of you guys stumbled into network marketing kind of by accident? It wasn't your plan. Yeah. And so what happened with me was I found some products that I liked. They were life-changing for me. And I was just sharing them because I really liked them. And I realized what an amazing opportunity this business is, because you could actually create a business with really no investment, very little, right? And I thought, this is so cool. So I kind of got into it. And as I started building my own business, I thought, okay, well, as a business coach, what would I tell myself if I hired myself? I said, first thing you need to do is find systems to leverage your time so you can be efficient and have a system. And there just wasn't anything out there. The few systems that were out there were based on the whole go for no philosophy. You guys know what that is? The go for no idea? Okay, for those of you who don't, I will tell you a little bit about it as we go tonight, but like it makes me nauseous, the go for no thing. It's like the opposite of who I am. And my business partner, Mike, always says, any system you put in your business, whether or not it's an effective system, needs to be congruent with who you are, needs to be enjoyable, and it needs to be sustainable, right? For me, that didn't have any of those three things. I needed something that was based on relationships. Also, I need something that's easy to use. Honestly, like if I think of a spreadsheet or a CRM software, I want to gag. How many of you guys are like that? I can't stand that stuff. So it needed to be something that was really easy to use. You know, I was showing my friends who write code these simple iPhone apps where I just want to hit a big button and make it work for me. So anyways, long story short, we couldn't find anything. So we built Teamzy. And now, you know, there's tons of people loving it and liking it. I'll show it to you guys in a little bit. Okay. So let's talk about relationship marketing. What is relationship marketing? How many of you guys, when you hear that, you just think, oh, this is when you sell stuff to your friends? You guys ever hear something like that? Yeah. It's not that, by the way. No, your friends with relationship marketing will probably be excited to buy things from you, but that's not the point. The point is that building relationships is our marketing plan. Okay. Now I want you guys to understand this. And that is that sometimes my keynote presentation doesn't work. Just kidding. That will happen sometimes. Drives me crazy. Okay, it's this. Relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. You need to understand this isn't just some kumbaya program where we hug and love on each other, though that is kind of part of it. but it's a system. We're going to work systematically, okay? And it's going to generate leads. Why do I need you to know that at the beginning of our talk? Because you need to understand that marketing these amazing products is not your business. Your business is lead generation. You're in the lead generation business. And if you don't do the work each day that helps you generate new leads in your business, you're not working on your business today. It doesn't matter how many sales you make. Does that make sense? Okay, now here's the good news. Lead generation is usually a scary sounding thing, but with relationship marketing, you need to know that developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. So your business is to generate leads so that you can have relationships with them. Make sense? And if you keep it that simple, honestly, it's that simple, there's no limit to how big you can build your business, how fast you can build it, and a relationship-based business is sustainable. You don't have to constantly churn. It starts to create its own business over time. I'll show you that as we go. Here's what we do with this system. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. Just really fast, because if I go off on this tangent, I'll spend all night on it. But you guys need to know this. The go for no philosophy, which is the idea is that you take your list of 500 people and you cold invite all 500 of them, right? And 6 of them say yes, and 494 of them you throw over your shoulder like a dead body and move on. Their nose, forget them, right? The problem with that is you've generated 6 leads. With this program, you create 594 people who are excited to hear from you. Over time, they're going to become your advocates. Some of them will buy from you. Some of them will join your team, but all of them will tell other people about your business. And you still got your 6 leads that first week. Does that make sense? It's a totally different approach. Okay. Here's another principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't going to work. Okay. And when you recruit new people to your team, sit them down and say, hey, if you're a jerk, this ain't going to work. Have you guys ever been, I know there's a couple people on the call who are pros, meaning that you've been in network marketing for a while. Have you guys ever come across somebody that's less than trustworthy? Unfortunately, it's true, right? Just like any business, it attracts all kinds of people. How many of you, anybody kind of new on the call? New people? Have you come across people who are, now I keep looking over there because that's where your faces are on my screen. Have you guys ever come across somebody who's a little skeptical, a little guarded about, yeah, why do you think that is? It's because other people have violated, in this industry, have violated that trust already. And so you're paying kind of the penalty for what this industry has and still actually teaches people to do, which is a lot of disingenuous stuff. Okay. But here's the cool thing. Relationship marketing depends on trust, and trust makes the work fun, because if somebody trusts you, even just a tiny bit, you don't have to convince or sell. You can get right to helping them, right? Also, trust takes the ickiness from the process. How many of you guys are like, I don't want to be an icky salesperson? Is that the technical term? It is, right? The icky salesperson? I think it's a technical term. Trust takes away the ickiness, and then you get to go for yes. No more going for no. You get to go for yes with trust, okay? Okay, so how do you build trust? I'm going to take you guys through this, and I'm going really fast because I want to cover a lot of ground and then take you into Teamzy. I know you guys don't have all night, but how do you build trust? There's 4 essential ingredients to building trust, okay? 4. First is chemistry. Make sure you write these down if you're not taking notes. Chemistry. Number 2 is character. Character. Number 3 is competence. Competence. Don't worry, I'm going to explain them. Number 4 is consistency. Consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. Okay? All right, let's go through these really quick. Chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is when you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? This is pretty simple, right? You just got to ask questions. You got to find out what you have in common. And here's a little newsflash for you guys. You have something in common with everybody. Okay? It seems like so often we're focused on how we're different or how our opinions are different or whatever. But as a business owner, you don't have that luxury. You need to figure out what you have in common with people so you can help them. Okay? Also, number 2. Okay, hold on. My computer's barking at me. Let's just try this, starting it over again. It's like if I pause too long, it doesn't want to keep going. Come on. All right, guys, try it again. Number 2 is character. Let me see if I can get it to work. Come on. You ever blow kisses at your computer? It works. Works for cars too, old cars. Okay, so character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and you are relatable. Please notice something about this. Character is not something you have, it's something you do. Character is not something you have, it's something you do. We think it's something that we have, and it's a natural feeling. In fact, I'm like anyone else. If somebody questions my integrity or questions my character, I feel offended. You guys ever feel offended by that? Yeah. But here's your little self-coaching. Have I demonstrated my care for this person? How would they know my character? Okay. Character is something you do. It's not something you have. Another important attribute that is like character, by the way, it's not part of my training. This is just me going off on a tangent, is love. Love is also something you do, not something you have. Right? You can't have love for somebody, but you can do love for somebody. Number 3 is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. First of all, I need to know, are you competent enough to help me get the right products that for my needs? You know, are you competent in this business? And then if I want to join your team, do I feel confident that you can mentor me in this business and help me be successful? There's kind of 2 parts to it, right? Now, I know we had a couple of people who said they were new. So for you new people, have you guys ever heard somebody say something like, just fake it till you make it? You guys ever heard something like that? Okay, yeah. Don't do that. No fake. Nothing fake. Okay, don't fake anything. You don't need to. Here's the cool thing. You don't need to because you have a team that's amazing. Am I right? And so as a new person, first of all, when you're talking to friends and family, they don't believe you're competent anyways because they've seen you throw up in your socks. Okay, they've seen all of that stuff happen. So you need to just tell them, look, I'm new, but I'm part of this amazing team. Highlight the competence of your team. Let them know that together you'll plug into that competence. Okay? You don't need to fake it. Teach your new, for those of you guys who are pros and you're bringing people on, teach them to lean into your competence. Okay? And then as you get your own competence lifted to the point where you can do it yourself, great. Demonstrate your competence and then teach your people to lean into yours too. Make sense? Chemistry, character, competence. Before I move on to number 4, I want to give you the principle, the philosophical principle that these 3 things are based on, and that's this. That is my thing also not working again. So great. I love it. It's this. People only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Right? When I say they only care about 3 things, I mean when they're going to do business with you. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? This is, by the way, these are not things they say out loud. These are things they feel in their heart. These are heart questions, subconscious mind questions, right? Which, by the way, mean the same thing. Did you know that? When people say your heart, your subconscious, they mean the same thing. It's just, anyways. They're not going to say these out loud, but if they have objections, if you're getting objections in your business, then these questions are not answered for them. Make sense? How do you solve that? You work on the relationship. Over time, you deepen that relationship. Make sense? Okay. Next, consistency, number 4. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. There's our principle. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. How many of you guys have been told by others that you are inspiring to them? Have you guys ever heard something like that? It's kind of embarrassing, right? Why do you think it is that you're inspiring? I mean, I'm sure that you guys do a lot of great stuff, but you're a normal person like anyone else, right? What inspires people is when they see you being consistent. That's inspiring. They see you doing things consistently. They're like, wow, that's so cool. I respect that. I want to be near that. I want to be around it. It's inspiring. Now, what's so cool? How many of you guys have kids? Any parents? I was going to say, I've got 4. So if anybody doesn't raise their hand, I'll lend you one for the evening, right? Not really. But how important is being consistent with your kids to build trust? Would you say that's probably the most important? And it's the same with anybody. If you want to build trust with people and build a relationship, you need to show them that you can be consistent. Don't tell me, show me, right? Yeah, people respect it and desire it for themselves. What's so amazing about this is not only does it build trust, but it attracts people to you. They want to be part of it. They want to join your team. They want to be part of what they see happening. It's kind of like a double benefit. Now, this principle I paraphrase from an awesome book I'm going to recommend to you guys called Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. If you haven't read this, add this to your personal development list. Here it is. You see it in my little tiny picture. Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. In this business, you should read this book. It's amazing. Now, you can also, it's kind of thick and it's a social science book, so it's not really written for us. So you have to wade through. But he also did a TED Talk. If you guys want to just get the 6 points, do the TED Talk. It's awesome though. Robert Cialdini. Okay. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. So here's a quick question for you guys. How many of you guys are consistent with using your products? Okay, that's good. That's a good start, right? You got to live it, right, to sell it. Now, second thing, how about social media? How many of you guys are consistent sharing your story, sharing what you're doing on social? Okay, good. We got some yeses and some a little bits. So here's the checkup from the neck up, as Zig Ziglar would say. Of course, I'm really having some technical problems today. Here we go. Are you consistent with your relationships? This is the big question. This is why you guys are tuning in tonight, right? To get better at this. How can you be consistent with your relationships? Are you as consistent about staying in touch with people as you are, let's say, posting on social media? And I think one of the things, social media is the greatest advantage ever given to people who are marketing a business like us. But sometimes we hide behind it and we stop having real relationships with people. Make sense? And it's easy sometimes to throw up a post like, hey, look at this. I'm looking for 5 ladies. This is going to be awesome. Join my team. And 3 people say, I'm in. And you're like, wow, that was easy. That's great. And you should do that stuff. But it's about connecting with people. If you want real, deep, sustainable results, guys, here's the principle. People won't believe you till they see you. People won't believe you till they see you. What do I mean by this? I mean, you put this great post up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in this new company. It's growing like crazy. It's a ground floor opportunity. You guys ever say something like that? Yeah. And people are watching you. Now, people are watching you post these things and they're excited for you. In fact, you may be their favorite TV show because they're not part of your life as much as they are watching your show. Make sense? And when you say, join me, they're like, wow, what a cool thing she's doing. But they don't actually know you mean them. Why would they think you're inviting them personally if they haven't heard from you since high school? Right? They won't believe you till they see you. When you say, I want you guys all to join my team, they don't believe you until you actually start connecting with them. This is the thing to remember. Relationship building is a contact sport, which means you need to be in regular contact with people. Okay, you need to be in regular contact with people. In fact, I'm going to show you tonight how you can stay in contact, regular contact with every single person you've ever met and do it even with the limited amount of time you have. How cool is that? I'll show you guys that in a minute. Hold on a second. My thing stopped working again. I have an important principle to share with you, and then we're going to jump into Teamzy. It's this one. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Now, real quick, guys. Did you guys get that one down? Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. I'm going to just share with you guys an example real quick. How many of you guys have ever received a great card from somebody you love with a really nice handwritten message, right? Something great. And you felt like an emotional connection to that person just reading the card. You guys ever get a card like that? Now, let me ask you a question. How many of you guys, first of all, how many of you guys are married? And you guys, okay, same hands, I hope, that got a card like that at least once. Somebody's in trouble. Okay. When you get a card like that, that's beautiful. And it's just like, I'm a total baby. I like the cards better than the gifts. I know a few of you guys are like, I like the cards, but give me the gifts. But when you get a card like that, after you've read it, what do you do with it? Do you just crumble it up and throw it in the trash can? How many of you guys have a place where you put cards like that? Probably sometimes you wish you could get rid of some of them, but you just can't do it. Some of you guys have gone even as far as buying a really pretty box or something like that where you keep them, right? Isn't it amazing how people have a hard time throwing those away? Did you know that one of the things that is typically listed as most valued when somebody passes away are the cards and letters that are left behind by that person that they saved? In fact, they're so meaningful that they linger on beyond our life and impact other people. Isn't that amazing? One other thing that amazes me is if you guys go back, and I challenge you guys to do this tonight, go to that place where you keep those cards and dig into like the middle of the pile and pull one out and read it. It'll still impact you emotionally years later. Crazy, right? Now, let me ask you a second question. How many of you guys have ever received something like this? This is a happy birthday postcard. See? And it is from my insurance salesman. You ever get one of those? My dog gets one from the vet. This is happy birthday. And I also get them from my dentist. You guys get these? Yeah. Do these go into the special Save Forever place? Like, is this going to be in your Bible when you pass away for your kids to find? No. Do you throw these out? Yeah. I actually have a trash can in my garage because I come in through the garage where I throw away most of the mail. It doesn't even make it into the house. This would have not made it except for I'm going to relentlessly make fun of it on every one of these team trainings, right? This doesn't have any value and it's easy to throw away. Why does this sentiment, which is nice, happy birthday, he wrote wishing you all the best. By the way, it's not actually written, it's printed on there. Why does this have no value? It took no time. This had no investment of time. It has no value. The handwritten card was an investment of time, one-on-one, undivided attention, the most valuable thing we have. Do you guys have as much money as Bill Gates? Well, you might be. I'm going to sign up for your training if you do. But we do have the same amount of time, don't we? Same amount of time. Investing time is how you deepen a relationship. It means something. Now, do you need to be writing heartfelt letters and cards to people, to your prospects all day long? No. Is it a good idea to do that from time to time? Yes, especially to your team, right? To build those relationships. But I need you guys to understand that even just messaging somebody on Facebook one-on-one makes an impact as opposed to posting or just commenting on something. Does that make sense? Because it's an investment of time that's just for them. All right, so you guys got that? That's the big concept of tonight. Investing time and connecting with people is how you deepen relationships. Deepening relationships is how you're going to build a huge business that's sustainable and fun and enjoyable. Okay, I think I have one more slide, and then we are ready to jump into Teamzy. We did this one. So what you need is, how many of you guys like the philosophy so far? You're like, that's me, I agree. I want to build relationships, great. It's not enough just to build relationships and be great to people and focus on that. You need a system, something that you can follow, right? You need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships in a systemized way. Know when you're going to contact them without having to think or do a lot of planning. Know when you're not going to contact them, right? Just have a system that's constantly keeping you in contact. Know what you're going to say so you can start conversations and not get stuck. How many of you guys get stuck trying to figure out the perfect message? We call that analysis paralysis. You guys ever heard that term? Analysis paralysis. You think too much about it, don't do anything. Just know what to say so you can get going and make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. How many of you guys, when I said, make sure nobody ever falls through the cracks, thought of somebody? It happens to all of us. You need a system that is watertight so nobody can fall through the cracks. Okay, let's jump over to Teamzy. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how Teamzy works. I'll set it up for you. And I'll demonstrate a power hour. I'm going to show you guys how you can connect with 20 people every day, less than 30 minutes. Okay? I'm going to show you how to start conversations, have conversations, how to invite them to learn more about the business while tracking it all in your system automatically as you go. And I'm going to teach you how to follow up like a pro so that people aren't falling through the cracks. We're going to do it super fast. How am I doing on time? Doing okay. And at the end, we'll do a Q&A. You ready? All right, and again, if I'm going too fast, don't worry because we are recording. Where are we? There's Google Chrome. Okay, but that's Facebook. Hold on, let me just toggle over. Okay, so here it is right now. This is your, let me give myself a cool rank. Black Diamond. Black Diamond's your top rank, huh? I like the sound of that. You know I'm a skier. Black Diamond is like the best runs, right? I love it. Okay, I just ranked a Black Diamond. How many Black Diamonds are there? Do you have Black Diamonds yet? Nobody's gotten there yet. All right, so this is what it will look like on your dashboard when you hit it, okay, guys? So you can rank it, you can put your ranks in there. Pretty cool. Okay, so here's the Teamzy dashboard. I'm gonna take you through the setup wizard. When you first start your free trial of Teamzy, by the way, it's free to try. 30 days, full access, no credit card required. Go try it for free. Okay, I want you guys to know it's important to me that you can do it for free. Here's what I believe. I'm gonna show you how to do it tonight. You go do this for 30 days for free. Get a success partner to do it with you. There will be no question that you will never want to give up your Teamzy subscription. It's a win-win, right? I get you as a customer for life. You get a program that helps you and that you are in love with. I get so many love messages. Do you guys see that message before I diminished it? It was just, I get them all day long. Love Teamzy, love, love, love. Like, it's freaking software. You're not supposed to love it. You're supposed to be irritated with it all the time. People love it. Okay. And I think it's because it helps you generate true, genuine connections with people. So go to teamzy.com, start free trial, put in Luminess Airess, boom, you're in, okay, for 30 days, wear this sucker out. Okay, let your teams know that aren't on the call to do it. Get them to do it with you. When you first come in, you'll be inside the setup wizard. I've dismissed it, but you can get back to the wizard by clicking on this little cogwheel right here, okay? I'll take you through it real quick. Here we go. So what we're going to do in the setup wizard are three things. We're going to set an income goal, okay? Teamzy takes that income goal and backwards engineers it and helps you know what to do every day in the system to hit your goal a year from now. How cool is that, right? Why is that important? Because if you want to build your business big, you got to keep your focus small. If you want to make $150,000 your first year in the business and you're thinking about that all the time, you're confused and overwhelmed. You just need to know, what do you need to do today to move yourself towards that goal? Make sense? Number two, we're going to help you create a powerful why. This is important because people quit like crazy this business. You need to know why you're in the business so that you can stick it out. And also, we'll get, number three, we'll get all your contacts imported into Teamzy. One place, super mega organized. You're not hunting around for pads of paper, shoe boxes full of sticky notes, or an Excel spreadsheet you forgot to update for the last 3 weeks. I got somebody on that one, I know. Okay, let's get started. First thing we'll do is set an income goal. Just put a number in the box. Okay, so I'm gonna put 150,000, the right amount of zeros? Yep, 150,000, okay? That's my goal. This is my income level I'd like to be at 12 months from now. How many of you guys, that would be a good goal? Maybe it's a step down for some of you, I don't know. I'm not sure who's on the call, you never know. If you're already making $300,000 a year in your business, great. You just need to set a goal for the difference. So if you want to go from 3 to 400,000, then set your goal for 100,000. Make sense? Okay. So I put 150. Great. Let's go to the next page. Now Teamzy's done the math, and it's telling me that over the next 12 months to hit that goal, I need to connect with 4,348 people. Does that seem like a lot? That's a lot. Was my goal big for first year? Pretty big for first year. So what did you expect? It wasn't going to take work? No, 4,348. But here's the cool thing. How do you eat an elephant? Anyone know this one? One bite at a time. By the way, it's an analogy. Don't report me to PETA or anything. It's an analogy. We don't actually eat the elephants around here. Okay, so we're going to break this. Next page breaks it down for me. It takes that big number, it breaks it into 3 groups: prospects, customers, consultants. And then it takes it down monthly, weekly, daily. Now I know what to do on a daily basis to hit that big number, 4,348 by the end of the year. I'm going to connect with 9 prospects a day, 6 customers that I already have, and 4 consultants on my team. Now, of course, if you don't have a team, if you're brand new, you're going to turn these last numbers to zeros and add them over to your prospects goal, okay? Same thing if you've got no customers, okay? You put it over here, so it'd be 19 total. Make sense? But if you have a team, you need to be connecting with everybody. Okay, so let me put them back. You can change these numbers to whatever you want. Teamzy gave you the suggestion based on goal. Now, 10, 6, 4. Notice I moved that 9 up to 10. Do you guys want to know why? You want to know the real reason why I did that? Because I'm anal. And 20 a day makes more sense than 19 a day to me. How about you guys? I need it to be a round number. I'm just like that. Okay, so these are connects. Connect with prospects, connect with customers, connect with consultants. Really important, you guys. A connect is just that. It's just connecting with somebody, just starting a conversation, just saying hello. I'm not cold inviting them. I'm not vomiting my business on them. I'm just connecting with them. The goal of a connect is to make their day. I call it the make someone's day mindset. In fact, that's one of our Teamzy hashtags, hashtag make someone's day mindset. You're just going to make their day. Now, here's the cool thing about it. This is going to be so much fun for you guys. You are going to absolutely love the response you get. Just connecting and making people's day. And the goal is to make their day. And when they respond, guess what? Now you get to have a conversation. Do you guys know how to have a conversation? I'm just asking because a lot of times people say, well, Eric, you didn't train us on how to have a conversation. I'm just going to assume you know that part. So now that you've started the conversation, you're going to have a conversation. That's just a normal conversation. You're going to catch up. You're going to let them know that you care about them. And you're going to try to find out if there's anything you can do to help them. Make sense? You're looking for wants and needs. Now, if you can help them with your business, that's an ideal situation, but look for any way to help them. Okay? Advice, tip, laugh, prayer, whatever. They need a recommendation to a new eyebrow person. I'm sorry. That was the best example I could come up with on the fly. My wife is always looking for a recommendation to a new eyebrow person, so you never know. Whatever it is, however you can help them, find a way to help them so that's your goal. And that's going to be so liberating for you. And you're going to build real relationships. Now, some of those conversations, you will find an opportunity to invite them to learn more about the business. And this is your invites goal. See this next box? Invites. So in this example, I'll be connecting with 20 people and hoping out of those 20 reach outs that I'm going to have 3 opportunities to talk about my business. Okay? To really invite them because I've uncovered some interest. I'm inviting people when they've shown some interest. This is how I keep from alienating all my friends and family. Make sense? Now, what's cool about that is if you're doing this consistently, and I'll show you how this is literally going to be less than 30 minutes, what I'm going to demonstrate right here. That's by Friday, that's 15 people in your pipeline that are interested in the business. How cool would that be? You guys know, well, you guys don't know this, but over 90 days, the typical results that people who are actively using Teamzy get is they get 21 new customers, 9 new recruits in 90 days. Okay? So it's pretty cool. And then ads, these are just new people you're meeting and adding to your list. You got to constantly be putting new people on your list that you're meeting on social, meeting in real life, adding. Make sense? Okay, so these are your daily goals. In this example, it's connect with 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 consultants, invite 3 people to learn about my business, and add 3 people to my list. Whatever you put in these boxes, when you click continue, which I'm going to do right now, your dashboard to Teamzy will be configured with your goals. Okay, so each one of you will have a custom dashboard. Now, real quick, I want to go through this next step, which is finding your why. How many of you guys have been told, probably more than you want to be told, about how important it is knowing your why? Great. How many of you guys have a written why statement already for your business? A couple people. Awesome. How many of you have read that why statement today? Almost. Okay, we got one. Good. Okay, you're my star tonight. She's good for everything. All right, so here's the thing. This is super important, you guys. And as you bring people into the business, it's really important to help them find their why. Now, so many people get stuck on this because it just seems really abstract and difficult, right? They think they need to go to some sweat lodge in Sedona to find themselves, which, you know, if you can do that, that's cool, but you don't need to do that. Honestly, finding your why is quite easy because you already know it. It's in your heart, but we need to get it up in front of your face so that you can reprogram your brain. You guys know that your subconscious mind does 85% of the things you do in life are your subconscious mind. You guys heard that before? Yeah. Think about it this way. Think about the time you've driven home from somewhere and you pull into your driveway or your garage and you think, how did I get here? Has that ever happened to you guys? You actually drove your car subconsciously? Yeah, it runs everything. So you need to get your why out in front of you so that you can reprogram yourself so that your activities start actually moving towards it. Make sense? Now I'm going to take you through the process. We've gone through all of this personal growth seminars and classes and read all the books. The truth is, I'm going to ask you 4 questions that get you thinking about it that will help you pull your why out of you. This is really great, by the way, to do with a partner and have somebody asking the questions to help draw it out. I'm going to take you through my story as an example. Okay, just as an example, picture your own story as we do it, and then we'll keep going. So first question is, why did you become a consultant? Now, in my case, I was originally a Beachbody coach. Have you guys ever heard of that company? Yeah. So I lost like 60 pounds. It was life-changing, really. People were asking me, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You look great. You look so healthy. What's happening? And I just would tell them, oh, I did Beachbody stuff. Eventually, it got to the point where it was like 3 people a day. My wife's like, you need to go join that company. So I did. What did you hope to accomplish? Next question. And probably most people won't have a real deep answer to that first question, and that's why we ask an easy one. Next one is, what do you hope to accomplish? In my case, I wanted to make $500 a month extra money. Anyone relate to that goal? Yeah, I just wanted to make $500 a month extra money. That was it. And I remember asking my sponsor at the time, do you think I could do that? He said, I totally think you could do it. I said, great, sign me up. Why is that important to you? Question number 3. Right? So every one of you who raised your hands, you have something in mind for that $500 that's not the same as me. For me, I wanted to put it in savings. See, I had a job, like I had a great career at this point that was paying our bills, but we didn't have any extra. I just wanted to save some money. You guys, anybody relate to that? Like, need to put money in the bank, and when you don't do it for a long time, it starts to freak you out. So what happened to me was, I come from an industry, as I mentioned in the beginning, coaching real estate people, and that business was awesome. Do you guys remember how the real estate market, it'll never go down. It's just up, 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 up. And then what happened? It crashed. Oh my gosh. Was anybody affected by that? I mean, it was brutal. In my business, the business basically ended. And I lost my job right in the middle of the recession, along with half the country. And it was scary. Now, the good news is we were blessed. We made it through that recession. I managed to bluff my way into a different career for a short term. Oh my gosh. This is a different story, but I went in for a job interview that had a list of requirements that I didn't have any of. Do you guys know what I did? I got the job requirements. I went to Barnes & Noble. Remember those? We used to have those around here. We don't anymore. I went to Barnes & Noble and I spent 3 days in the store because I was afraid to spend money on books because I didn't have a job and I had a bunch of kids. I read books in Barnes & Noble on the subjects that they had listed, and then I went into my interview and killed it. They were like, I've never had anybody in here who knows so much about SEO and social media and marketing strategy and all things as you. I was like, I've read every book on it yesterday. Okay, so I tell you that story, guys, because it was a really scary time for a lot of people in the country. But we stopped saving money. Like, we made it through there. We used all our savings, and we stopped saving money. When the recession was over and that industry had rebounded, I was able to bring my career to even higher level than before, but we still weren't saving money. You guys relate to that? How do you make more money and still not save it? But that's just life, right? And so at the point when I joined the business, I was maybe 6-7 years, nothing in the bank, paycheck to paycheck, which is incredibly, how many of you guys know how incredibly stressful that is? Because if your paycheck stops, you know that everything falls apart, right? So I just wanted to save some money in the bank. Why am I telling you all this stuff? Because as you're uncovering it, you got to dig a little deep and understand the emotion behind it. If you just want to put $500 a month, why? What's the emotional reason for it? For me, I just wanted to save money. Why would I want to save that money? Why does it feel so bad not saving? We'll get to that, but it comes down to being afraid of losing everything, right? Next question, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? Number 4, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? When I was asked this question, the first thing I thought was, if I saved enough money, we could buy a new house. I just really wanted to buy a new house. And at the time, we were upside down on a mortgage, like $200,000. I live in Southern California, so I bought at the top of the market and then watched the values go down. It's all good. It's back now. I just wanted to buy a new house. Anyone have a dream of a new house or dream house? I just wanted a new house. My wife and I, we have 4 kids. We have a dog, but at the time we had 2 dogs, and they're big dogs. We have Rottweilers, just giant dogs. And everywhere you went in the house was like a person, a dog, or a bunch of toys, right? Or laundry baskets full of laundry that needs folding. I just wanted some more space. So I was dreaming of a new house. Now, quick, next one. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? This is the kind of question I hate answering. Why is that meaningful, buying a new house? How many of you guys think buying a new home is a meaningful goal? I struggled with this one because I felt like it was more materialistic. But here's what I want you guys to understand when I thought about this for just a couple of minutes. It was that the new home was symbolic. It represented family. And I was thinking that I needed a new house. What I wasn't allowing myself to think, because I was busy providing and being a good dad in the sense that I provided, it wasn't the home that I needed to fix. It was my family. See, my family was going on without me. I just wasn't part of it. I was working. I wasn't present for them. I would get up in the morning, kiss my kids goodbye in their pajamas, and I'd go to work, right? And I would come home in the evening and they were already getting ready for bed. My relationship with my kids was saying good morning and good night. And I never had time to be with my wife. I was working all the time to provide a life for my family. And yet for 6 years, I hadn't put a penny in the bank. Talk about feeling stuck. I really felt stuck. And so I realized the home, it was symbolic of some things that I needed to change. Now, going through this process, guys, literally 10 or 15 minutes of thinking about this in a quiet place, I had a huge aha moment. See, I was thinking about my network marketing business as extra money. We started out with extra $500. Remember that? But here's the truth. The network marketing opportunity was one that could get me everything that I wanted with my family. And my job, I was stuck. So I started thinking of my job as extra money. And I started focusing on building my business. Does that make sense? How many of you guys have a full-time job? Think about how grateful you are that somebody is going to pay you full-time income to build your business. That's extra money, right? That's the way you need to think about it. Now, going through this process, I wrote my own first why statement. It's the sample text in Teamzy. I'm going to share it with you right now. And this changed everything for me. This was what I wrote down. By the way, it wasn't like 100 years ago. It was 3 years ago, July. I can't even believe it. It's like mind-blowing. I left my job the 3rd week of July 3 years ago. Never looked back. This was my why: to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. Once I wrote that down, I understood what I was working for. It wasn't $500 a month. It was this: freedom from worry, freedom from fear of being fired, being with my family, being present for my wife and my kids, being healthy, full of energy. And it changed everything, understanding this. Now, here's the cool thing. How many of you guys have had things happen that are crazy, that make you, not work your business for a while? Like illnesses, injuries, relationship issues, financial issues, acts of God, storms, right? We have wildfires in California. You have to run away from your house. In my Teamzy boot camp last quarter, I had somebody who was like, I can't do my power hour because I have to free my horses so they can escape the fire. By the way, she is a total stud because after the fire got put out, she went back and did her power hour. She didn't miss a day. Isn't that crazy? Okay. This confronts you on those moments when you feel like not doing it. You just feel like I'm not going to do it today. You have to look at your why and decide, well, do I want to stay where I am stuck, or do I want this life, this why? Do I want to work towards this today? And when I show you guys in a second how amazingly easy it is in Teamzy to do it, this why will confront you. Now, really quick, I just want you guys to understand what happened to me when I wrote this why. I decided I was going to leave my job and focus on my business full time. My wife thought I was nuts. She was like, how are we going to pay for everything? It's going to work out. I had nowhere to do my business at home. I already told you there was nowhere to go. So I went to Home Depot and I bought a shed. You know those sheds they have out in front of the Home Depot? Like you put your lawnmower in them? I bought one of those. I had it dropped in my backyard on the dirt. I ran an extension cord out and I put my Mac out there and I started building my business from the shed. My kids called it my shoffice. Look, I have a picture I'm going to share with you guys really quick. I just found this the other day. Someone was asking me for it. I dug it up. Here I am in my shoffice. This was 3 years ago. Make it happen. And I was complaining to you guys about not having AC today when I'm doing this call. You know how hot it was when I did trainings in this shoffice in August? It was like 102 degrees in there. I would be just dripping. How many of you guys watched The Bachelorette? Anybody watch The Bachelorette? Like the last one where the guy was just dripping while she was breaking up with him? That was me when I did trainings. It doesn't matter. I was making it happen. I was making it for me. And you can notice there's an idea on the whiteboard behind us right there. You can kind of see it for Teamzy. Kind of cool, right? You guys get a little win. That's one of my partners, Mike Lopez, who's an amazing guy. He used to be my boss. He was my boss for 15 years. I showed him my business plan. He's like, I'm in, let's go do it. Okay. So you got to do the why. And I spent some time on it, guys, because it means so much. You got to have that why, and you got to get your team to have the why. Now, here's why. Here's why you need the why. A lot of whys. 1 out of 2 people will quit this business in the first year. 1 out of 2 will quit in the first year. Why are they quitting? Is it not a good opportunity? No, they're quitting because they don't have a reason not to. Guys, we won't do anything if we don't have a good reason to. And quitting is our natural state. When things are tough or boring or dull or there's a lack of visible results, we quit. Unless you have a reason to. Make sense? So don't skip the why part. Whatever you put it, whatever you actually type in this last box as your why statement, when you click continue, it'll be on your dashboard and it'll be there. You can read it every day. Cool? The last step here is we're going to get your contacts into Teamzy. There's a couple of videos here to help you. But basically what you want to do, if you've already been building the business and you have a team, you want to get your team in first. Okay? So get your team in first. Then you're going to get all your customers imported. Then you're going to get your Facebook friends imported, right? That's what you need to get started. Okay? And there's some videos here to help you. Also, I'm going to skip this, but there's also, if you go over here inside Teamzy to the Help Center, you'll find more videos, FAQs, tips, trainings, everything that you need if you get stuck, okay? Also, this help button on the bottom right, you can have our team help you anytime. They're always there. They're awesome. Okay, cool. There's one more step for setup that I didn't show you. Let me show you really quick, and we've got a few minutes here. I'm going to show you how to do a power hour. Okay, the last setup step is to rank your relationships. So let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to go over to the team page. This is where your whole list lives, right? So here's all my relationships I've imported. They're all in there, okay? What we're going to do, notice how they all have a number next to them? What we're going to do is we're going to rank them, and we do it on a 5-star scale. Just like you would rate anything 5 stars, 1 star to 5 star. You guys know how to do that, right? So I'm going to turn this on rank mode. It'll automatically bring you here after an import, so you can do this. What I want you to do is, notice everybody's already a 3-star. They import automatically as a 3, which is kind of in the middle. What you want to do is look for the people who are going to be 4s and 5s and just rank them up, okay, by clicking on them. Okay. Now let me tell you what these mean. A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer or consultant, or they're an existing customer or consultant. That's a rock star. 5-star people are your favorite people, your best relationships, right? And your best prospects. 4-star people, there's someone likely to become a customer or consultant with a little nurturing. Or they're the people on your team already that are great. They're just solid. So the 5-star people, they show up on your list to connect every 30 days. 4-star people show up on your list to connect every 60 days. 3 stars, and everyone starts there because 3-star could go either way. 3 stars show up on your list to connect with every 90 days. See, the important thing is that you're spending more time connecting with the best people. Now, what people do in this business is they hit the list and they don't think about prioritizing it. And if you think about people and relationships, they're like fruit trees. The people who you already have a great relationship with, those trees are full of fruit already. The people who you barely know that you're meeting on social media, those are like seedlings. They're not going to generate fruit for a long time, but people spend all the time talking to the seedlings and they wonder why they're not producing results quickly. So we want to make sure we're spending more time with the best people. Make sense? So you go through your list really quick and do a quick rank. You don't have to rank every single person on the list if you have a huge list, but I want you to go pick out your 5s and 4s and rank them up. Okay? Once that's done, now we are ready to do, I'm going to go back to the dashboard, ready to do our power hour. Okay, hang with me real quick. We're going to do this. I'm going to do it real fast and we'll open up for questions. So on the dashboard, a couple things. One, today's activities. These are the goals we set and set up. So you can see my goal is to connect with 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 consultants, do 3 invites, and add 3 people. Right there, boom. Those circles will fill as I do them, which is kind of motivating. Okay, so here's my power hour. Right here, this middle part, this is where I do my work. Now my power hour has 2 pieces. The who's up next list on the left, this is my 4 list, prospects, customers, consultants, and my follow-ups list, okay? And then on the right is where we log the work. So Teamzy tells me who to connect with next. First person up is Jay, Lisa Swain. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually connect with Jay on Facebook. So you can see I have a Facebook tab open up right here, okay? Well, let me close these out. See, look, thank you, Eric, for all you do. People love Teamzy, I'm telling you. You guys are gonna be sending me love notes too. Here we go. So I'm gonna look up Jay. Here we are. Boom, we'll look her up and send her a message. There she is. Let me send her this message. Oh wait, what am I gonna say? Do you guys ever get stuck on this? What the heck am I gonna say to Jay? All right, don't worry. I have you guys covered on how to start conversations. Right here inside the connect box, see where it says scripts? Click on that. Let's get a Facebook script. I'm just gonna help you get started with the conversation, okay? These are scripts that have been used now by tens of thousands of people. They're super easy, relational, they work. I'm not gonna script your whole conversation, just help you get started. So look, here's connect number 1. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Again, it's just to make her day. I'm gonna copy that script. Now watch. I'll go send it over. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit it first because her name's not Jane, right? So I'll do it in Teamzy. I'll paste it right in there. Change her name. Hi, Jay, just stopping by to say hello. You can do this in Facebook also, the editing. The thing is I've accidentally sent people the wrong one before. I gotta do emoticons. How many of you guys have to do emoticons? Yeah. So I'll do at least one. Okay, look, now I have it the way I want it. Hi, Jay, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. Great. Now I'm ready to send it. I'm going to copy it. I have to actually paste this into Facebook because Facebook won't allow anybody to send messages for them. That's just their thing. They're like that. They want to run the world, and they kind of do. So I'm going to paste that message in there. There it is, ready to go. Now it's sent. Okay. Jay works for Teams. You can see I send her this message all the time in my demos. So look, this is how I log it. It's a Facebook message. It's ready to go. Now I'm going to click the big blue log connect button. Boom. So now it actually told me who to connect with. I sent her the message, and now I've logged it in Teamzy. It's tracked. I don't have to think about it. And see, I've got 1 up on the board. Next person is Renee. She's my next prospect. There she is. Boom. Send her a message. Here we go. Same message. Change the name. How easy is that? Super easy, right? Hold on, I gotta copy that. Send it, boom. Go to Teamzy, log it. By the way, we have a mobile website, so when you're on your phone, you can do all this even faster on your phone. It's pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna log it, boom. Now I've got 2 done. I'm gonna go to Kathy, she's next. Guess what I'll do? I'll do the same thing. Paste it in there. I'm just gonna use the same script just to be efficient. Why not? Boom, change the name, ready to go. Do you guys see how quickly you can start 10 conversations this way with your prospects? Just bam, 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 bam. Now, couple of pro tips. People will start responding. Don't answer them in the middle of your power hour. Okay, get all your outgoing messages done, be disciplined, and then set aside some time to answer and talk to people. Make sense? Otherwise, you'll get sidetracked, you won't finish. So we'll keep going down the list, right? We'll send this in Facebook, log it here, and you can see now we got 3. You can get those 10 done really fast. Now, you might not be as fast as me your first week, but it won't take you long to get pretty quick with that. Now, when you're done with your prospect list for the day, you've hit your goal of connecting with 10 of them. We'll toggle over to the next list, which is customers. Now we're going to do the same thing. Tess is the first person on my list. I'm going to go to my scripts. Teamzy knows I'm on customers now, so it gives me different scripts, customer scripts. Right? How are you enjoying the product, whatever it is that person that she bought? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. That's a good check-in, right? I love this one. This is my favorite one. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Okay, so look, I'm going to send Tessa this one. Hi, Tessa. Change the name. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day, right? I'll send it, copy it. I'll send it over in Facebook. Now, I like Facebook Messenger. That's my favorite way to communicate. So if you're Facebook friends with somebody, I recommend it. It has the highest response rate of anything. Next best would be text message if you have their cell phone number, okay? So Facebook, text message, or other platforms. If you're using like Snapchat or Instagram, sometimes those are great for people too. But the last one you're going to want to do is email. That's like, email's like a pray that someone might see it situation. Okay, so look, I'm sending that. We'll send it, boom, log it. You get the idea. Now I'm going to go down my customer list the same way until I hit my goal of connecting with 6 customers. Now here's the thing I want you guys to understand really quick. How am I doing on time? Okay. Is this helpful so far? Should I keep going? Okay. Connecting with customers is probably the most important thing you can do in your business. How many of you guys, okay, does everyone have customers? Yeah, okay, great. How many of you guys wish you were better at staying in touch with customers? Yeah, everyone kind of feels that way. And it's because we know in our hearts that's really important, right? We need to take care of our customers and our business. But there's two other compelling reasons why you need to be in touch with your customers. And you don't need, guys, you don't need a complicated follow-up system for customers. You don't need to know every single person's renew date and all that stuff. You just got to stay in contact. Teamzy keeps it simple for you. But here's why. If you are in regular contact with your customers, and I'm not making this stuff up, guys, this is fact. If you're in regular contact with customers, they will order more products. If you get your team to do the same thing, stay in touch, everyone will order more products. The team volume will go up. I've seen large teams increase team volume 30% in 1 month by doing a 30-day free trial challenge with Teamzy. Isn't that crazy? Is it because you're such an amazing salesperson? No, it's because every time you talk to them, they see your care, they want to support you, they're curious to learn more, and you've got customers now who probably would like to try other things, but since you're not in touch, they're not thinking about it. Make sense? So stay in touch with people that order more. Number two, the most important reason is this. How many of you guys right now would love to get another great customer tonight? Do you know, if you weren't on the call with, well, if you knew where to go, you probably would be doing it right now, right? You wouldn't be listening to me. I'm going to tell you where to go. The best place to find a new customer is from a current customer. Okay? The best source for a new lead is a current customer. How many of you guys have at least one customer who loves the products? How many of you, that was you, and that's why you're here tonight? Okay. Here's a question for you. What do people do when they love something? They talk about it, right? They tell other people about it. I'm here to tell you guys that your customers already have more customers ready to buy from you. The people they've been talking to are excited about it. You need to be in touch with them so you can get introduced to the people they're already talking to, right? This is also the easiest way to uncover new consultants, because when you're talking to a customer and say, hey, you know, I wanted you to know that I'm here to take care of your friends and family the same. Is there anybody who needs more information that would be interested in learning more about it? And they give you 3 names. It's like, awesome, I'm going to follow up with them. But if they're interested, have you ever thought of being a consultant? Because I got your first 3 customers. Let's build your team. Make sense? Stay in touch with your customers. Don't neglect them. And I talk to so many people with these huge teams. You know, I've had people in my boot camps with 60,000 people on their teams in different networks. And they're like, yeah, I wish I'd stayed in touch with my customers. It's like, I wish I had picked up the gold bricks falling from heaven all around me, right? So we're teaching them, we're helping them build those relationships now. You guys have the opportunity to build it right. Make sense? Okay, now the other cool thing, which is just as you continue to build advocates with your customers, you will find that even before you reach out to them, they will start bringing people to you. Once you've trained them, they're out looking for people for you all the time. It's the coolest thing. All right, but that's another training. Let's keep going. Last bit is connecting with your team. That's why we call it Teamzy. So you're going to go down your consultants list and you're going to connect with your consultants, stay in touch with them. So important. Having a team page is awesome. Having Zoom calls is great. But hearing from you one-on-one is solid gold. They need the relationship. You guys know there's 2 things that motivate people to be productive in their job. 2 things. They've done tons of studies on this. It's not pay. Number 1 is status. How many of you guys giggled when I put Black Diamond on my homepage? Status. Why do you think these companies like yours have status built in? It motivates us. Number 2 is personal connection, relationship. People will be more productive when they feel that personal connection, when they feel it to you as the leader, when they feel it to their teammates, when they feel like they're part of something, they will work their booties off. The income, side effect. Okay? So stay connecting with your team, prospects, customers, consultants. The first half of your power hour should take you, in this case, it was 20 people, take you 20 minutes. Now you get to your follow-ups list. There's nobody there. How do people get on my follow-ups list? Follow-ups is where you put people who you've invited. So let me just give you an example. I'm talking to my friend Renee about this new opportunity. She's kind of interested. Wow, I think I might be able to crush that. Great. Right? So I'm talking to her. I said, look, Renee, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about what I'm doing, why don't we get on a 3-way call with my upline? She's amazing, by the way. She is, and I'll tell her why is she so amazing. Great. Let's just get on a phone call so you can just learn some more. You can ask some questions and see if it might be something you'd be interested in. She says, great, let's do that. Great. So how am I going to log that in Teamzy? Notice that Renee's not on my dashboard anymore. So I'm going to look her up in the lookup bar at the top to bring me to her record. Okay. Here's her full record. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the connect box to open up the connect box like on the dashboard. But I'm not logging a connect, I'm logging an invite. You see right here it says invite? I'm going to click that and I'm going to move it off connect to three-way call. Okay, great. So let's say we do it on Zoom or something, right? So I'm going to say Zoom three-way, just a note here. Great. So now I'm going to log this. So we're having a chat. Now I want to set a follow-up to follow up afterwards to see, you know, if she's ready to get started. You with me? So now what I'm doing is see where it says follow-up? Right there? Now I'm going to set the follow-up. Let's say I'm going to follow up tomorrow. Now I can log this. Notice now that she has a follow-up set on her record. What this does is it takes her off of my prospects list temporarily and puts her on my follow-ups list. This is where I put all the people who I've sent invites who have generated some interest. This is my pipeline of people who are interested in my business right now. These lists are just people I'm connecting with, working on the relationship. Make sense? So as I'm going through my connects every day, I'm uncovering a couple who want to learn more, and I'm inviting them to something, putting them on my follow-ups list. So now when I'm doing my power hour, I do my prospects, my customers, my consultants, and then I'm going to work my follow-ups list. Now this is the important part, really quick. I know I'm kind of going over, guys. I'm going as fast as I can, but this is really important. The fortunes in the follow-up. Have you guys heard that? Yeah. We talked in the very beginning about not letting people fall through the cracks. This is where they fall through the cracks. Did you guys know that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up? 80% between 7 and 10. Did anybody die a little bit when I said that? How many of you guys follow up 10 times? Anybody? I find a few people usually, but very few people who follow up 10 times. And there's a couple reasons for it. First of all, before I even tell you, well, first of all, I know why you're not following up. If you don't have a system like Teamzy, it's almost impossible to stay that organized. You just lose people. They fall through the cracks. Number two, is it because maybe you're afraid of being annoying? How many of you guys, that's your issue? Yeah. So I'm going to teach you really quick how to not be annoying. Cool? I'm going to teach you. And then you can use it in Teamzy. But here's the thing I want you to understand. Do you guys, how many, just by a show of hands, how many of you guys really are passionate about helping people change their life? Like you feel like this business opportunity can help change lives. Okay, good. I'm going to tell you something a little controversial. Your product is irrelevant. Why is it irrelevant? Because they haven't bought it yet. Your product cannot help them if they don't buy it. Is that true? They have to buy it before you can help change their life. This is why I want you guys to understand something. It doesn't matter how awesome your products are. Doesn't matter how amazing your corporate entity is. If you can't get people to make that first purchase, then you can't help them. And this is why I want you to know the thing that you have in your business is not the products, it's not your upline, it's not the support from corporate. It is your ability to follow up. Following up is the only way you can help somebody because 80% of them won't even do anything until you followed up 7 to 10 times. So I want you guys to understand something. Rather than thinking of follow-ups as annoying, I want you to get this principle, write it down. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. If you love people and want to help them, the only thing you have is your follow-up. You have to change your thinking on that. This is how I love people. I follow up with them to love them and let them know, hey, I'm going to stay in touch with you. I'm going to be here until you're ready. I just want you to know I'm not going to drop you like other people might have. By the way, not following up with people communicates this. I'm sorry, I just don't care enough about you to stay in touch. Think about a time when somebody failed to follow up with you and how disappointed you were. Even if it was a salesperson. And you were like, guess they didn't really care, right? And you don't want to come across that way. So here's the thing. 2 principles to never be annoying when you follow up. Write these down. By the way, it's built into Teamzy. You don't have to remember it, but I'm going to teach you this. First principle, never ask someone to do anything in your follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to call you back. Oh my gosh, that's the worst one. Hi, Renee, it's Eric. Can you call me back? I need to ask you a question. Why don't you just text me the question. Why are you bugging me? Don't ask me to do anything. Don't ask me to call you back, text you back. Don't ask me to RSVP for your event. Don't ask me to complete the purchase that I left open in the cart. Don't ask me to do anything. Okay? The follow-up is not a question. Number 2, your follow-up should be short and sweet, and it should be in some sort of texted format like Messenger or text. Why? Because it's too much work any other way. Voicemails, how many of you guys really honestly hate getting voicemails? There you go. Don't leave any voicemails. Don't do anything, right? What does the good book say? Do unto others, right? Okay, how many of you guys get something from somebody and you don't want to open the message because you're not going to respond right now? So you don't want them to see that you've seen it because you can't respond right now. Anyone do that? Of course you do. Of course you do. And that's why you want to keep yours short. Why? I want them to see your follow-up and as a notification only. They don't need to open it to see it. But Eric, they won't respond. Here's what I want you guys to know. People won't respond no matter what you do. If I had time to go into this human psychology of this, I would. It's an hour training that I can do just on this topic. But most people will not even respond to your first 5 or 6 follow-ups, which is way more than most people do before they give up. I've heard the term ghosting. Have you guys heard the term ghosting? As if it's something somebody does consciously. They don't. People just don't respond. They're busy. They've got stuff going on, and their subconscious mind is protecting them from you because you're scary. You're a scary change. They just need to see your message. That's it. For the follow-ups to work, they just need to see it. Okay? Because as they see it consistently come through with care and heart, they will respond down the road. And meanwhile, it takes you very little effort. Make sense? So don't follow those 2 rules. Keep it short and sweet. By the way, I just want you guys to know, if any of you guys love this training tonight, please don't send me a voice message on Facebook Messenger. Send me a message that's written. Because if I'm around my kids or my baby's sleeping, I can't listen to it. I have to wait till I'm in a quiet place. But if you send me a message that I can read, I can get it anytime. Make sense? How many of you guys have anyone have babies? Like, are you going to play a loud video when the baby's asleep? No way. Or when you're laying next to bed next to a sleeping spouse looking at your phone, I can't listen to that right now. Okay, sorry. Little rant. So let me show you how to do it in Teamzy really quick, how to do your follow-ups list. And then we'll do a quick Q&A. And I'll bless you guys and send you on your way. So I'm on my follow-ups list. There's Renee. I'm going to go follow up with her. Now, this works just like a regular connect. I'm going to go to scripts, but this time I'm going to grab a follow-up script. See, they're labeled follow-up number 1. By the way, I want you guys to know, you know how I want you to follow up 10 times? I put 10 follow-ups. They're numbered in order. You're welcome. And they follow the 2 rules I just taught you. You can just use these. Now, you can always change these a little bit to make them sound more like you, but you get the idea. Look, here's number 1. Hi, actually, in this case, Renee. Hi, Renee, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Right? So usually I tell them, hey, look, let's do the 3-way call and I'll follow up tomorrow and see if you have any questions. So now I'm checking in just like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Simple and sweet, right? Do the same thing. You copy the script, jump over here, you send her the message. Make sure you get the right Renee. There's a couple of you. Right? Send her the message. Well, spell the name right. Boom. Put your emoticons in. Send. Do you see how easy that is, you guys? Okay. Oh, I forgot to log it. Put it in there. Log it in Teamzy. Only take a second. Look, I spelled it wrong twice. Look, I'm going to log this. Now, this is really important, guys. Before I log this in Teamzy, I want to set my new follow-up. I got to keep setting my new follow-up, okay? So I'm going to set it up. Let's say I'll follow up in two days. Right. Now I can log that. You can see I've got an invite logged. I'm sorry. The invite was logged before. Now you can see I've got a follow-up logged right there. So when I come back on Friday, when I come down my list, when I get to Renee, I'll do the same thing. I'll go to scripts and I'll get follow-up number 2. Okay. Just making sure you got my message. Check and see if you have any questions. Bam. Simple, sweet. I'm not expecting a response until I get to like maybe 4 or 5. So that's how your power hour works, guys. You come in every day, you work your prospects list. This will tell you who's up next, message them. Customers, message them. Consultants, message them. Follow-ups, send the next follow-up on the list. Boom, your power hour's done. Now you just got to spend some time having those great conversations. Make sense? Do this every single day. The results compound. By the way, you guys will be blown away at the amazing conversations that you have. And you will find that you will rediscover some of the joy in your business that you may not feel sometimes when you're doing your activities. Make sense? Okay, so let me finish off Renee in the system real quick. So let's say she signs up. She jumps on the team as a distributor. Great. I'm going to go to her record, and I'm going to log the sale. Okay. She got her consultant kit. Great. We'll save that. Boom. Now I'm going to move member type from prospect over to consultant, personally enrolled. Now she's listed as somebody on my team. She's moved off all the way through the process. Make sense? Cool. That's how you do a power hour. Now there's tons of stuff I didn't show you in Teamzy. A couple things I will show you really quick that you guys have even access in your free trial. I showed you the help center, right, where you can get help. There's also Teamzy University. Was this a helpful training for you guys? So Teamzy University is where I do trainings that are not Teamzy. They're more based on your business, my business coach hat. So I do a 3-part here on how to write goals. That's free. You guys can take that right now. A little deeper on how to uncover your why. We talked about that. And some of the training I gave you guys tonight, relationship marketing, is in there too. Those are free trainings you can access anytime. There's also some trainings you can purchase if you guys are into that. But I wanted you to know those resources are there for you in your free trial, that and the help center. Make sense? Okay, real quick, I'm going to give you guys a couple action steps, and then we'll do Q&A. So if you've got questions, get those ready for me. Let me get back to my presentation. I think I have one more. Yep, here we go. So here's your action steps. Okay, first, go get your 30-day free trial. Okay, no brainer, right? How many of you guys are excited to do that now? Get your 30-day free trial, get your teams involved. Okay, get your 30-day free trial for everybody. Find a success partner to do the trial with you. Okay, get somebody and say, here's what I want you to do. Let's do this together, and let's hold each other accountable to doing it daily. Now, what do I mean by daily? I'm talking 5 days a week. You're going to have your weekends, your days off. That's fine. But every day that you work, I want you to take a screenshot of that dashboard when it's complete and message it over to your success partner, okay? And have them do the same. Why is that important? Because it'll be like 10 o'clock at night. You'll think you're ready for sleep, and you'll hear that little bzz on your phone, and you'll look, and it's your success partner's Teamzy dashboard. And guess what you didn't do today? Teamzy. You're like, shoot. You pull out your phone, you do your 20 connects, you send it back to them, you go to sleep with a smile on your face. And you will get so much more done with a success partner than you do on your own. Make sense? Okay. Also, I'll give you a 5-day challenge, which is over any 5-day consecutive period during your free trial, I want you to connect with 100 people. Now, I demonstrated 20 a day today, so it's not that big a deal. I know you can do it. I want you to feel the momentum you can create in just 5 days in your business. How many of you guys, if I said you could have some massive momentum in 5 days, you would go for it? I want you to go for it. You're going to send out 100 messages in 5 days. And you will be shocked at the momentum you create. Now imagine how that compounds over a year when you really get in the habit of doing this. Right? Okay. Cool. You guys got those? Okay, great. Who's in? Let me see by show of hands. Who's in for the 5-day challenge? See, public accountability is another thing that helps you do stuff. Okay. If you have questions, hey, I did okay. I'm just glistening. I'm not quite dripping in here. If you have questions, here's what I want you to do. Unmute. And just go ahead and ask them. Man, that was such a good training.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so you mentioned that we can edit those scripts.
Yeah.
And we can add new scripts also?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Is there a limit to how many scripts? Okay.
No. So a couple things you can do is if you like my scripts, but you want to save an emoticon or whatever, you can copy them and then save them as your own.
Okay.
Already edited, which will save you a ton of time.
Okay.
The other thing that Teamzy does, I didn't mention, but Teamzy will send, if you have a Gmail account, you can send email through your Gmail account with Teamzy. So I kind of give email a hard time because I don't think it's a great way to connect, but it's a great way to send links and to send information. So for example, in my business, I had like 30 emails that I had created that had my purchase links. And so as I was talking to people and they were interested in a specific thing, I already had that email built with all the information, the purchase links and everything. And I would grab my phone, grab the script, they were all labeled by the product, and I would change the name and send it. And they'd be like, wow, that's amazing. How'd you do that so fast? Because it's all saved in there, right? So you can use that script function for all kinds of stuff. Also, if you guys have scripts as a team that you use, you can put them in, right? so that they're there to grab quickly. So the scripting it's to save you time and save you from overthinking.
Second question, if no one else has one yet, sorry. Mary, do you have a question?
I'll wait for you.
Okay. My second question was about if you had mentioned if we only want to do it 5 days a week, those people that we miss because it is for every day, they will just automatically add to the list for the next day so you'll have 20 or 40 people to contact on Monday if you miss Sunday. Is that right?
That's a good question. No, the way it works is your up next list only shows you 5 people at a time, no matter what. So you don't have to make up those days. Now, if you had set follow-ups that came due on those days, then they would show as a day late. But you might have to catch up on but as far as connecting with people, it only shows you 5 at a time. It's to keep you from being overwhelmed and also to keep you just focused on what you can do today. Here's what I want you guys to understand. It's like if you're doing a workout program and you're supposed to work out 5 days a week and you have a crazy week and you don't work out Monday through Thursday. Anyone ever have that happen to you? Would you ever try to do 5 workouts in a row on Friday? No, because you would hurt yourself, right? And you would overwhelm yourself. The same thing with this. I don't want you to try to make up those days. When you get back on the horse, just do today's amount. Does that make sense? It'll keep you from getting overwhelmed. And let's be honest. The truth is, if you did this 3 days a week, for most of you, and that's not a judgment, I just know how people are, it would be a lot. It would be a lot of connecting, and it would create some momentum for you. Does that make sense? So the Teamzy system, it looks like it's you're due every day, but it's really based on 270 days a year. So that gives you your weekends and a vacation. And you still hit your goal for the year. Make sense? Okay.
I have a question about when you're putting in the salary that you're wanting. Does it take an account of the salary you already have? Because let's say you're already making that 150, but you want to make double that. Like
right.
My thing would be like, would it take an account? Like, okay, she's already got this much and she wants to,
Yeah. Okay. So just to clarify, you mean the money you're making from your business now?
From your business, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So put in the difference.
Okay.
So if you're at 150 and you want to go to 300, put in 150.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so funny because I had this same question with a leader in another network. She said, Eric, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no way you can do this in an hour a day. I said, well, what's your income goal? She said, it's $400,000. And I said, okay, well, that's a big goal. I said, is that realistic? Well, she goes, well, yeah, I'm at 325 now. I said, great. All right. This is great. So just put it to 100. And she goes, oh my gosh, this is like 10 minutes of work. I go, yep. So that's the thing. It's the difference in what you can do in a year. Does that make sense? So if you were brand new and you wanted to get to 300, I would go, that's pretty rough. But I think 6 figures in a year is definitely doable if you are consistent. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So that's a nice growth. What are the questions you guys have?
Do you ladies see why I was so excited about this? Could barely contain myself. Do you all love it?
You guys are a newer network, right? So
sorry.
This is a ground floor. You're in a ground floor opportunity. Finding Teamzy early on is a ground floor opportunity too for you guys as you build your business. Yeah. I mean, we're everywhere right now. It feels like we're in every network, but when you look at how many millions of people are doing direct sales, we're a tiny amount. And that's because people haven't really discovered relationships yet. They're still teaching the old 1980s version of doing this business, which is why a lot of you are like, sometimes you're like, okay, that's what you want me to do, because you wouldn't want anyone doing that stuff to you. This is the way business needs to be. It's about caring about people. It's about focusing on relationships and having a system to follow. My first job was at Burger King. Anyone work fast food as a kid or a teenager? I worked at Burger King when I was 14. I was 14, so all I was allowed to do was make sodas. They actually painted footprints on the floor where they wanted me to stand during busy lunch so that I knew exactly where to be. Like Teamzy's like that. It's like the footprints. Here's where you stand, go build your business, do your things, right? Makes sense? So you're not confused, you know what to do. So, okay, I'm excited to be here with you guys. I'm excited to be talking to you guys brand new. Renee just came to us, a week and a half ago and said, could you build it for us? So we flipped it around for you guys to use. Get your teams on there. It's free. Use it up. Not everyone's going to use Teamzy. I understand. 10% of your team are going to build the business. You know, that's just kind of the number. And out of those, some of them are going to be relationship minded. Some of them won't, but that's okay. Those of you guys who connect to the teaching tonight, to the philosophy, to the system that we have, we love having you in our family. We'll grow the tribe with you. We'll build this business. My goal is not only for each of you guys to be successful in your business and enjoy it, but I want to change the industry's reputation. I want people to understand what an amazing opportunity this is for people to create income for their families and do it in a way that they can actually make their community a better place. Make sense?
Amen.
So thank you guys so much for joining, spending some time with me tonight. Hopefully this was very helpful to you. Renee, I will send you the recording to this probably later tonight or in the morning so that you can post it for your team. And we're excited to be working with you guys. So thank you guys
for taking the time to spend with us to explain all this, because this was awesome. Awesome.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
By the way, I've been using it for a few days now, and oh my God, I'm in love. I'm obsessed.
Well, I'm excited for some of you guys to get some results like we've seen in other networks where people have said, hey, it's my 3rd month in Teamzy and I was just recognized as the #1 builder in my network. You know, things like that. So cool, right? So that's what I want to hear for you guys. So again, thank you guys for the opportunity to talk to you about it tonight. Hopefully we'll see you guys in our Teamzy family. God bless you. Have a great night.
God bless. Thank you.